Ready.
Ready. Is the beer cracks open? I think I caught it. So what's going on, Michael? You're back in Syracuse once again.
I am.
For another episode of Mitch and Mike on the mic. What episode are you up to right now?
Well, I was talking with someone today. They said you skipped a number. It went from 11 to 13.
Do you want to know what?
What?
I am so...
You're really torn up about that. I can see that.
I work so hard on this podcast, Mike.
You screwed it all. You screwed it all up.
But to think that someone's paying attention to all my hard work and dedication.
The person's listening to one of them. They just seem to notice that you missed a number.
I should retire right now. My career's been so long.
That's true. It has been a long...
It's been tumultuous.
Illustrious career.
And illustrious. And they notice my hard work.
Yes. So what's with the skipping numbers?
I didn't mean to skip any numbers. I just thought it was there. Usually I process these things and I look at a little alcohol in my system, but
that's true.
But thanks to those who notice. Well, here's the other thing though. Sometimes I'll skip a number, but I'll throw out. I don't number all of them. Sometimes I'll just do a title.
Oh, okay. So it might even be more than
special
13.
guest Daryl. When Daryl came, that I wasn't able to attend.
Yeah.
If you're just a new listener of this, I know I wasn't a part of that podcast, but Mike had a fantastic interview with a local up and comer wannabe country music star. Have you downloaded?
Fantastic, huh?
Have you downloaded any of his stuff off of iTunes yet?
Oh, totally no.
Have you heard of it?
No.
It's not out. He's probably still working on perfecting it. You can tell he's the sort of character who won't do anything until it's just perfect.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I might have skipped a number. I'm not sure. I had one of my buddies at work said he enjoyed the last podcast that we did where I was telling stories about my awfulness in baseball and my mediocrity in soccer growing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got to put out part 2 of that too, and I can't remember what we talked about. Got to do part 2.
I think I'm
going to skip part 3, but part 2 we got to put out there. Probably I'll try to do it before this one goes out. So
might help.
So we'll get to what's new in your life. But why don't you ask me the question of what's been going on in my life recently?
What's been going on with your life?
Harborfest.
Harborfest.
You ever been to Oswego Harborfest, Michael?
Definitely once. I believe twice, but unfortunately that has been it.
Let me tell you what Harborfest is.
Oh, I know what it is.
It is a 4-day sanctioned booze festival in Oswego, New York.
Yeah.
Now, usually any 4 days is a booze festival in Oswego, New York.
That's true.
It's got to be one of the highest number of bars per capita in the United States, if not the fucking Northeast United States.
My mother said when she went there...
They actually put a name on it.
She went to the Oswego College.
Oh, yes. Fine scholarly place.
Oh, yes. When she went there...
she doesn't remember much of it?
On the tour, the tour guide told her that there are 141 bars in Oswego.
Nice.
And that was back then.
That's very studious of the person to be able to do that sort of research.
Yeah.
They probably the gentleman or lady probably went to each one to test them out.
Oh, I'm sure. I was asked actually what Harborfest was like, and they're like, "Is it like the state fair?" I was like, "It's more like the adult version of the state fair."
Yeah, there's food. There's no animals. Well, actually, I'd say there's no animals, but
the people turn into animals a little.
Oh, they're crazy.
And it's just booze.
There was
and
they were doing some dog
fireworks.
frisbee action. I saw.
Oh yeah,
which was pretty cool actually.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, some dog frisbee action. One dog was real lazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't even that old. He just kind of
wasn't into it.
I'm a dog. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He didn't care. But there's one dog, this little border collie, who's like 8 years old. You figure 8 for a dog, they'd be slowing down. This fucking dog was a fucking tryhard, man. He was like a gym class hero.
Collie can do it for
Has your thing been up that whole time, or you just moved that up?
No, I just.
Oh, okay.
I'm with it here. Come on.
I gotta check. But no, so they got a little.
It on? I thought it looked like he was on.
What?
Cage, did you turn it on? It looked like he was on.
Oh, Tenacious D.
Yes. I miss Tenacious D. I watched the movie the other night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it still as shitty as it was before?
No, it gets better every time I watch it.
It's just beating down your brain cells. You're like,
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. I
They
mean,
need to
it's
do
a funny
Tenacious
movie.
D 2.
Yes, they do.
You
sorry. What?
You know what they need to do for the Tenacious D? To quick aside here, they need to do like a Tenacious D, like where they're kings, but do it in like a Game of Thrones type era, like the two kings, and they battle each other with their fucking they battle each other with their rock music. They'd be great, Tenacious D. But
anything associated with Game of Thrones is okay with me.
Back to Harborfest, though.
Yes, Harborfest.
So Harborfest, it's 4 days. Really, usually Friday and Saturday is where all the shit goes down.
Yeah. The first 2 days are drunk, and then the other ones are super drunk.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Thursday, it starts kind of in the afternoon, I think. It's very more family-oriented. Go out there. There's lots of, what do they call them? Kiosks or different places you can go.
Yeah, vendors.
Yeah, different vendors. Friday night, though, they bring in a decent-sized act. Saturday night, they bring in another decent-sized act. And Saturday night. And Saturday night, they have fireworks, and the fireworks are fucking phenomenal.
I've seen the fireworks.
They do a really good job with fireworks. And the best, which happened this year, is we were able to go down because our cousins brought their boat out on the dock.
Oh, nice.
There's nothing like being down. Like, you're literally... I'm terrible with lengths. You're like a good... Distances. 4 football fields away from them setting that shit off.
400 yards?
Maybe a little farther. But you're close as shit. You're probably as close as legally allowed without having some sort of fucking certification on lighting the damn things.
I'm sure you can be closer than that.
Without blowing your eyebrows off. No, they were great. But
that's cool. So you said they're musical acts.
Musical acts, yeah, the big stage, which were fucking great this year. Friday there was 2 classic rock bands, and I did not recall seeing Brightback Park, which is the name of the park where they have it. Well, it's part of where they have lots of places, but Brightback Park is like the main stage. And the greatest part about it too, open containers.
That's nice.
As long as you're within the big gigantic fence they have, and it's like as big as the park.
Okay.
Open containers, beautiful, good job. Hats off to Oswego. Very proud of that. Very happy.
So who are the acts?
Foghat.
Oh yeah.
And Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenal.
Woo! How do you beat that?
I will tell you how you beat that. Come for this act that's on Saturday. But let's go. Foghat. Foghat was one of those bands where like they
slow ride, baby.
Slow ride. They got a shit ton of songs.
Oh yeah.
Which I can't think of off the top of my head right now.
And BOC, I mean, Don't Fear the Reaper.
Don't Fear the Reaper. Godzilla.
Godzilla is a great song.
There's another song that I remember off of one of the Guitar Hero games that I forgot about.
Transmodicon, right? Or is that?
Nope.
That might be something.
Well, that might be. I don't know. Transmodicon. I don't know. Sounds like a fucking lesbian Motorhead title. I don't think. Yeah, then maybe not. But Blue Oyster Cult has a song that was on Guitar Hero 3 that I was in line in the bathrooms and for some reason I thought it was the start of Godzilla. Mm-hmm. I looked to the guy over in the line next to me and we looked at each other. I go, oh fuck! I'm missing Godzilla. But it wasn't Godzilla. But it was another great song. I was able to catch most of it though.
What was it?
I forced that piss out so hard.
What was it?
Cities on Flames with Rock and Roll.
Oh yeah.
Take your time out. If you're listening to this podcast, pause it.
Right.
Press the plus button on your Press the plus button. Open up a new tab or new window in your YouTubes. Type in Blue Oyster Cult, Cities on Flames with Rock and Roll. Turn it up, and pretend like you're back in the 70s.
Rock out. Possibly with your cock out.
Using whatever mind-altering substances that you desire.
If that's your choice.
I'd push it though.
Yeah.
If you're unsure, I'd say.
If they're wavering, go big or go home.
Lean on the side of getting that brain all fuzzy, and then just listen to that riff. And a lot of people think, if it's not fucking Sabbath, if it's not fucking Zeppelin, like there's no riffs. This fucking song.
Dude, freaking Godzilla, that's heavy. All it is just riffs.
I ain't talking Godzilla,
I know,
baby.
but if that's not
Yeah, well, that's
Zeppelin
well, what I'm saying though, with Cities on Flame with rock and roll is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying though is that a decent amount of people know Godzilla was Blue Oyster Cult. Most people think Don't Fear the Reaper and I'm Burning for You, which is way 80s poppy fucking shit.
Yeah, well, I like that song though.
They're good songs.
Yeah. So
but I'm saying people think if you want to go and hear a little poppy fucking Blue Oyster Cult, don't bother with Cities on Flame with rock and roll because you're not gonna be happy. Like if you're over the age of, well, I don't know, they're an older band. But if you're older than the age of 86, you're not gonna like this song.
Probably not. All right, so I got another question for you.
Yeah, ask away.
How many times and how early into Blue Oyster Cult did it take someone, possibly yourself, someone you know or heard around you, to say, "I got a prescription, and the only medication, smoke cowbell"?
I didn't hear it.
Really? Nobody pulled out the cowbell card?
I think it's been played so much
that
even the drunken hooligans in Oswego have more respect for themselves to bust out the fucking 1997 Will Ferrell Blue Oyster Cult reference.
Walken.
Oh, that's right.
Well, it is
Will Ferrell was playing the cow. He was doing the cowbell part.
Yeah, he was doing the cowbell. But I always remember
it was Walken. You're right. Yeah, I really like, and I thought it in my head, but I didn't say it because I'm like, it's too played out. And I think all 800, 900 or so people fucking thought the same.
Probably. All right.
Could have been said outside my earshot.
That's true. I'm sure it was pretty loud.
I was very surprised. You're right. Good call. The other thing that I realized about Foghat Blue Oyster Cult is that those motherfuckers have been playing in that band for longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 30, and I know they've been playing longer than 30 fucking years together.
Yeah.
Like, they're collecting Social Security checks. And I just started, like, I'm just into my early, nice part of my I'm, like, in the medium rare part of my career. Like,
the early part of your prime.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting tasty right now.
Yeah.
It's getting meaty, baby.
Wow, that doesn't sound dirty at all.
Oh,
it's
God.
Meaty, baby.
Get some protection. So Foghat killed it. Blue Oyster Cult killed it.
And then
Saturday night. Let me tell you something about this year Harborfest too. It snuck up on me.
Well, you just had your camping. So
it wasn't until like a week and a half. It wasn't until like a week and a half ago that I remembered.
Yeah.
Dawned on me. Holy shit! Harborfest is coming up. I never miss Harborfest.
Hell no.
Summer fucking party extravaganza. Let me go on the Oswego Harborfest website and check out the bands.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, okay, Friday. Ooh, Foghat. Ooh, nice. Followed by Blue Oyster Cult. Oh, yeah, pretty solid. In my head, I'm like, could Foghat be the headliner Friday? Blue Oyster Cult? I don't know. Coin flip. They're kind of on equal footing as far as I'm concerned.
Sure.
And then I go down, and this is different. You know, the turnout wasn't as great Saturday night, I think, for the bands. Because there was a tribute band playing.
Okay.
Sometimes I've seen tribute bands. It can be a hit or miss. Tribute bands, but
sure.
This tribute band in particular spiked my interest, Michael.
ACDC cover band.
ACDC cover band.
I knew it.
Where were you Saturday that you couldn't be there?
It
doesn't matter where you were.
I'll tell you where I was.
You were at the Yankees game.
I was.
Sweating,
I was on a bus coming back.
Sweating your fucking balls off
no,
on a bus
actually,
coming
it was
back.
a nice day.
Can I tell you a story about sweating your balls off? You know how hot it was about 2 weeks ago?
In a kitchen, hotter.
You know, it was so hot a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Either I'm getting old or it got really fucking hot. Because I was on the can,
mm-hmm.
and I felt this coolness on the very bottom of my testicles. My balls sank so low they dipped into the toilet bowl water.
Wow.
It was fucking steamy.
Steamy?
It was steamy. I hopped in the shower. I had to fucking wash those suckers off before I went back to work. Anyways, that's how fucking hot it's been up here in Syracuse, New York in the last couple weeks. It's cooled off the last week, though.
Yeah.
But Harborfest, ACDC tribute band. Now, for those people who don't know, which I don't know. I mean, I don't know, people who telling us that we missed the fucking increment numbers. they might know that you and I are huge fans of ACDC.
I'm going to go with no, actually.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, ACDC, I don't listen to them as much as I used to. Like, started in high school, man.
Saw him in concert, though.
I've seen them in concert twice.
Oh, really?
The real band. Sarstock, which was the concert up in Canada at an old Toronto. Was it in Toronto? It was some
one we went
Air
to.
Force base.
Oh, okay.
And that was for, remember the SARS epidemic?
Yeah.
SARS epidemic back in like the early 2000s. So it was like early mid 2000s, like I don't know, 04, 05, maybe 03, 04 is when I went up.
Yeah, 03 sounds about right.
And it was here's the headliners for that fucking show.
Okay.
Rolling Stones.
Okay.
ACDC.
Okay.
Rush. The Guess Who.
Okay.
And you know who well, it was not the final, but the first act of the final of the main thing was.
Motorhead.
Told you this. No. A man by the name of Justin Timberlake.
What?
I'm not lying,
Wait.
dude. I am not fucking lying.
Let me see if I can go over this list again. I heard the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
ACDC.
That's right.
Rush.
Uh-huh.
Guess
the big
Who.
Canadian headliners, by the way. Guess Who is Canadian band as well.
Yeah. Those 4 bands.
Yes.
And Justin Timberlake.
And this is before
At least he was the first one to come out.
He was the first one to come out. Let me tell you, the Canadians were not happy about this.
Yeah, because if you're going to see every other one of those bands, you're
They
not
went
going
to
see
see
Justin
a
Timberlake.
fucking rock show. So
And that's what all 4
let me
other bands are going to fucking give you.
Oh, exactly. So let me tell you what happened here before I get back to the Harborfest.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in the airfield. There was literally, I think there was like 400 or 450,000 people at this event. It was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And we're just way in the fucking back. But luckily they had big TV monitors up, this huge fucking like Titantron type fucking things. Just gigantic. So you see Justin Timberlake up there. And all of a sudden, you know, he's kind of shimmy shaking, doing some dance moves, just doing his things, you know, whatever. Nothing
Sure.
crazy, but he's singing.
Gyrating.
And all of a sudden you see his head just kind of dodge out of the way.
Somebody threw something in his head.
People were throwing water bottles at him.
That is awesome.
It's kind of a dick move. I like JT. At the
I'm-
time,
alright.
I hated him though. But he's like,
Yeah,
he's like, guys,
I like him more than I used to, but it still doesn't mean I like him. I tolerate him.
Tolerate him.
I don't mind him.
So
he's talented.
He was
but
like,
whatever.
he was like in this like halfway through the third song. He's like, all right, we're cutting this short. You know, sorry guys. He's like, you know, he's like, we're all here for the same reason to raise money for, you know, the victims of this disease. Like, sorry. He's pissed. I'm like,
He's got a pretty good point.
oh,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, people were throwing shit at him.
Yeah.
Batteries and fucking.
But I don't want to see
water
Justin
bottles.
Timberlake. I want to see the other 4 fucking bands. Fuck him.
That's great.
That's
so
the
anyways,
other side of it. I'm sorry, but
yeah, I know. Well, they'll come out eventually.
what? They'll come out
eventually. Just buy your time to go take a piss break. It's okay.
Yeah. Start getting drunk. Yeah.
That might have been the problem. They were already drunk. It was hot. It was like 95 degrees out. Everyone's sweating.
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt you.
Which
really
means you
quick.
must have been really pissed because it was that hot and they just decided to throw water bottles and waste the water when it was that hot out. You knew they were pissed.
Yeah.
Okay, interrupt me with what?
Yeah. Fuck you and your peanuts. I'm sitting here just eating peanuts because Mitch put them in front of me, and they're so addicting because you can eat them nice and slow,
Oh yeah.
and it gives you something to do. Like I need something to do with my hands.
I can just.
Fuck you and your peanuts, man.
It's okay. It's okay. Keep eating them.
I will. That's the problem.
Make me some peanut butter, will you?
Shit it out right for you.
So ACDC, we're bringing it back to Harborfest. ACDC tribute band
Yep.
called Livewire. Livewire is one of the names of the songs off of the ACDC's debut album.
Oh yeah. Livewire.
'Cause I'm a live wire.
Yeah.
So such a good song. Well, these guys played, and of course they come out. The guy's the lead guitar player,
All right.
dressed in the schoolboy outfit.
Oh, nice. So, did the lead singer sound like Brian Johnson or Bon Scott?
He came out. This is interesting. He came out and he's dressed as like the Brian Johnson. He's got that
The leather-
hat,
yeah.
that leather cap that Brian always wears.
I wish I knew
he's got
the kind of hat that's
yeah,
called.
I don't think of the damn name. People fucking know. It's goddamn ACDC.
Yeah.
Just start fucking.
Look up Brian Johnson and guarantee he's wearing that hat.
Just start thinking of how fucking Back in Black sounds and just think of the guy who sings it, and you're fucking good to go.
Yeah.
You know, and the drummer
Schoolboy.
didn't really look like fucking Cliff Williams or anybody at all. But the bass player and the guitar and the other rhythm guitar player, they similarly had long hair, but
All right, but you said
So,
he looked like
so
Brian
looked like
Johnson's
Brian Johnson.
voice sound.
He could do the Brian Johnson voice real well. He could do it real well. But
Yeah.
Brian Johnson's very tough. He's very, very high.
Brian Johnson?
Brian Johnson, especially when it was back in like the 80s and you're trying to recreate fucking Back in Black and Shoot to Thrill and You Shook Me All Night Long and Hell's Bells and
Yeah,
Have a
that
Drink
is
on
pretty
Me.
high.
Very fucking high.
I always think of him as very a grovelly voice because Bon Scott is
it's high.
clear and high, but he is high.
And
Yeah.
Brian's gonna be high, and there's been interviews with Brian Johnson. Done interviews like more recently when like the last album came out or Stiff Upper Lip came
Oh,
out.
it's much lower voice.
Well, and he's like, I really, I didn't think at the time. I wish I sang the songs a little lower because now it's so hard to hit those fucking high notes. I didn't think that 30 fucking years from 1980 when Back in Black came out, I'd still be singing these awesome songs. But the guy did a really good Brian Johnson. I mean, as far as anybody could match Brian Johnson, he did a phenomenal job.
Sure.
But his Bon Scott
he did
was
both.
spot on.
Really?
He did a great Bon Scott.
That's cool.
Yeah. And the other thing that was great about the band, too, is they went fucking deep. They went deeper than ACDC will go now. I mean, they got so many songs, they never want to let anyone go, but, like...
Did they play Night Prowler?
Didn't do Night Prowler.
That's probably my favorite, like, off little one that a lot of people don't know about.
Unknown. I was shouting for Gone Shootin'.
Gone Shootin's a good one.
Gone Shootin's a fucking great, just a rock groove from fucking the 1977 Power Ridge album. It's another good song. This is the two recommended songs right now from Mitch on the Mitch and Mike on the Mike podcast.
All right.
Cities on Flames with Rock and Roll from fucking Blue Oyster Cult. And then you go Gone Shootin', ACDC Power Ridge album.
I'm going to give you a couple
Here's another
other ones.
Oh, hold on, but then there's a special one, a live from the VH1 studios. They do a Gone Shootin' with Brian Johnson on vocals, where it was originally a Bon Scott song, and Angus fucking just wails in this awesomely bluesy rock fucking extended longer solo at the end. Oh my god, dude!
I'll give you two that I'm thinking of right. Well, all right. I'm sorry. 3. Jailbreak.
Okay, love Jailbreak.
Yeah, well, a lot of people probably don't know about that
People
one.
don't know Jailbreak.
Problem Child. Problem Child and Rock and Roll Singer remind me, they're very similar, so I kind of think of those two as very similar songs.
I was explaining this because I was explaining this to my girlfriend's dad and talking about how they were going deep, and I can't. ACDC's got a lot of really popular songs, and I'll put them in I'll put them in tiers.
Yeah.
There's like the big songs that everyone knows: TNT, Highway to Hell,
Thunderstruck.
Back in Black, Thunderstruck, You Shook Me All Night Long.
Yeah.
Like those are like the quintessential.
The ones they play at like stadiums.
You can't go wrong. Exactly. You can't go wrong. Everybody knows them.
Yeah.
Then there's like the second tier, which is like fans of the band, and then not super like huge, crazy fans like myself.
Big guns,
but decent, but to people with a decent amount. Like I feel, and like they've seen some concerts. Like I think people know like Problem Child, Bad Boy Boogie, Jailbreak.
I feel like those are a little bit lower.
Like Whole Lot of Rosie.
See, you stole my other one.
But Whole Lot of Rosie.
The live collector's edition version of Whole Lot of Rosie is possibly my favorite AC/DC song ever.
It's so good.
Though they speed it up.
Let There Be Rock.
Awesome.
For those about to rock, we salute you.
Yep. See, I feel like those are closer.
For those about to rock,
top
might be
tier.
a top. But so you got that second tier where it's like people who know the band decently are going to know the songs, and then there's that third level down, which every band has that third level where, like for me, I think they're fucking. I still think they're awesome. For me, for AC/DC, there's if I really had to choose, there's probably out of all the albums they've had, I think they've had like 20 albums now.
Something like that, yeah.
There's probably only like 5 to 10 songs that I'll skip.
Yeah.
Immediately. I'll listen to any of the other ones that come on, man. They're so good. Like, so one of the ones they went real deep on was, a medium deep was Sin City. Not a lot of people know Sin City. That's a great tune.
How about...
And then the other one they went the deepest on, I thought, was the title track to one of their 1980s albums, which 1980s was Dark Days. The middle 1980s for AC/DC was rough, but they did Flick of the Switch.
Yes.
Which is a fucking great rock tune by itself. They played that. I'm sitting there, I'm like, holy shit, these guys are going deep.
All right, so I got a few questions. I'm going to see what tier you put some of these in.
Okay.
We're just going to kind of go down the list. Giving the Dog a Bone.
It's so tough. I give it second tier.
Really?
Just because it's on the Back in Black album.
Okay.
I mean, that in and of itself is a fucking greatest hits album.
Here's one
They
that
played Rock and Roll and Noise Pollution, which is
that's
my probably
amazing.
top 5 songs.
Yeah. We're going to get to one of my other favorite songs that I didn't mention that kind of reminds me of that because it's that slower tone, that bluesy feel they have.
More groove.
But not this one. Heat Seeker.
Lower tier.
Really?
It's
I feel that's tier 2.
album.
That's on Greatest Hits, isn't it?
Well, the album Heat Seeker is a slowed down version. The live version, they speed it up a little bit for that live connection. This is a lot faster. It's better, but I'd say third tier.
Okay. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be.
Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be is very close to top tier, but I'll go second tier.
Did we mention Hell's Bells?
I did.
Okay.
When I ran off the Back and Black.
Okay,
Hell's Bells is a fucking
that's
A tier.
That's why I was like, did we mention that? Because oh, I forgot about this one. If You Want Blood.
If You Want Blood, You've Got It.
Yeah.
That was actually in. That was in a movie. It's been a while now.
Empire Records.
Okay, it's better than that, but I'm thinking it's like a racing movie.
Oh.
I thought maybe something Adam Sandler in it. I think it was in Talladega Nights. I think.
I could see that. I could see it being
on a
Talladega
racetrack.
Nights.
That's tough. I go second tier.
Yeah.
It's one of my absolute favorites. I'm not talking about where it's on my list.
Yeah.
Because that song on my list is top tier. That could be top 10.
Right. You're talking about in general. I
How
understand.
people would perceive the songs. Yeah.
Did we mention Long Way to the Top? I think we did.
Along with the top.
If you want to rock
Got a
and
lot
roll.
of play from School of Rock, Jack Black
did.
movie. I'd say that would be a second tier.
Yep. All right. This is the song I was talking about. The Jack.
That's so close on the edge. I'd say
Between
second
1
tier-
and 2?
Between 1 and 2 for sure. If you've heard any live albums, you've heard the Jack.
Yeah.
But it's just not one of those. It's not played on the radio at
It's
all.
not. Well,
And the live
gee,
version.
I wonder why.
And here's the interesting part, because the live people don't know the studio version and the live version is much different.
Oh, yeah.
The Jack is a euphemism for a sexually transmitted disease, which is caught by a fucking promiscuous female.
But that is correct.
The album version is the Jack, and it's about playing a
playing
card
cards,
game.
yeah.
And you got the Jack.
But it's the euphemism, which it's so great.
Yeah, she's got the Jack. Oh, she had it all along. You don't
She
know.
had
but-
she
then the
had the
live-
full house.
Yes.
And I wish she had told me.
Yeah.
She told me she's got the royal flush, and I should have known.
Yeah. And then the live version, it's about,
Yeah, he goes a little more risque.
Yes. But it's one of my all-time favorite, awesome blues style fucking rock souls ever. They didn't play that. I was surprised. I really wish they did. The tribute band, but I'm gonna push that to a fucking tier 1.
All right. I got one more. Shot Down in Flames.
Tier 1.
Really? I was going to say tier 2 for that. Shot Down in Flames? Not Shoot to Thrill. Shot Down in Flames.
Oh, I'm thinking maybe I was thinking.
I
of the
think
wrong
you're
one.
a Shoot to Thrill. Yeah.
Damn it.
Shoot to Thrill is definitely tier 1, but
Shot Down in Flames could be a tier 1 because
way.
I mean, not people know about it, but that's a second they play that song a lot on like their encores for live shows.
do they?
Yeah. I'll go tier 2. You're right. It is a tier 2.
I bet you forget about this one. Stiff Upper Lip.
I don't forget about Stiff Upper Lip's a tier 2. It was the big hit off the album.
That was later, right?
But yeah, that was in
Yeah.
That was in 2000.
Yeah, but that's still a great song.
It's a fucking phenomenal song.
That's all I got.
The second best song, I might say it's the first best song off the Stiff Upper Lip album, is Satellite Blues. That was like their second kind of little hit, but that's a really good song too.
I lied. I got one more for you.
One more, then we got to go back to the
right.
Harborfest.
Big Balls.
Now that itself actually used to get some radio airplay on
That
like
did,
TK99.
which is fairly surprising.
It's
ACDC does some great euphemism songs.
Big Balls is it's a novelty song.
Yeah, all right.
It's not a great fucking rock and roll. It's just a
but
novelty. It's a novelty song. And of all the fucking awesome novelty songs, I'm giving it a grade 1.
Yes.
Top tier.
Oh,
grade A.
yeah. I've got big balls. You've got big balls.
It's kind of like, as far as novelty songs go,
Fuck Her Gently.
yeah, Fuck Her Gently. Like, it's like you're not going to hear that. Well, yeah,
Fuck Her Gently is a better song than Big Balls, though.
Fuck Her Gently is a beautifully magnificent song.
Absolutely. God, I love Tenacious D.
Oh, so good. You just want to watch fucking one of the concerts right now and screw the fucking podcast?
No, we can put on. Well,
I'm just
nah,
kidding.
we got.
No, I'm kidding. So anyway, so ACDC tribute band plays Livewire, just fucking phenomenal. And so my girlfriend, like, she's not a huge fan,
Yeah.
but she knows that they can fucking rock the house. And so it was interesting because it was Saturday night, which is the fireworks night. So the ACDC tribute band Livewire comes on, and they started like this. What time is it? They started like 8:45.
Okay.
And they played for about a little over half an hour to like 9:20 or so, and then the 9:30 was when the fireworks are on. Fireworks go for like 20 minutes or so, half an hour, then tribute band starts back up. Immediately, girlfriend loving the ACDC because it's just such high energy, and even if you don't know it, you just
you get the energy from the crowd.
tapping my foot, heads bobbing,
yeah.
hip shaking,
Hell
hip
yeah.
shaking, you know,
Fucking
and so
AC/DC, baby.
and you know, so part of it, she saw me just fucking singing my
Losing
fucking
it.
brains out, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like,
And I'm sure she had a few drinks in her that helped.
a little bit. She drank like a trooper this weekend.
Yeah?
And she usually doesn't drink at all. I was very proud of her.
I remember her last year at Harborfest.
Oh yeah. But so comes out. Right away I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. And another one of my buddies who I used to work with at Sweet Inspirations, self-proclaimed huge fan of ACDC, he was saying how he's gonna go crazy. I was a little disappointed, my man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he listens to the podcast, but if he is, I was a little disappointed because everyone was
For shame.
Well, because everyone was all of his friends, like in his family, like, oh, he's gonna go out there, he's gonna lose his voice, he's gonna sing, and like, and I go out there. Well, first off, I'll tell you, I was drinking a bottle right out of a bottle of wine. They had wine. They had wineries, and then I can't remember the name of the winery, but something that was called Diamond, some white wine. And the fucking it's just good. And I just fucking took the bottle, I was just drinking out of the bottle.
Why? It's Harborfest.
Oh my god, drinking out of the bottle, dancing, fucking singing along. And we weren't really up near the front. We were really close in the front. I mean, we were really close.
Sure.
We weren't in the front. So we did that for a while. Fireworks went off, so the fireworks was great. So second set, I'm like, fuck it. I go right up to the front. Oh, the other thing too is like, I mean, I know I was drunk at this point.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't. I was going in. I'm like, I'm gonna play it cool. It's not really AC/DC. It's a tribute band, but motherfucker,
If they can rock it, you gotta give it up.
I was brought back to like my high school, early college, like when I was all in, man. I was brought back like it's like when you're a little kid at Christmas, dude. It was just.
It's awesome.
I bought in.
See, that's
And I just
like,
fucking I didn't give a fuck. I was fucking singing at the top of my lungs. Like,
that's
it
the
was
difference
great.
between going to a concert and just like listening to it. It's about the experience while you're there, and like people are like, oh, I don't do concerts. Man, you gotta try the concert. If it's a band you really like,
Oh yeah.
you can get into it.
Especially when they did as well. So we go back. So the second thing goes, and so this is when it gets funny. Not funny, interesting. So
Okay.
it was in the middle of one song. I don't remember what song it was in the middle of. The drummer throws out some sticks to the audience, right?
Sure.
And so behind me, somebody caught one of the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And so during the next song, I'm like fucking dancing, I'm singing, fucking slugging back my beers and my wine or whatever.
Sure.
And all of a sudden,
Whack.
I get tapped to the beat of the song on the top of my head like 5 times. Dish, 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 dish. I reach back, I grab the fucking drumstick from hitting me in the head, and some drunken ass fucking frat boy lacrosse motherfucker from Oswego, with his fucking shirt off at this point, because there's not other than a popped collar, nothing says douchebag like a fucking shirt off with all your bros.
Did he have his baseball hat on backwards?
I don't think he was wearing a hat.
Okay.
I don't remember a hat. And this fucking asswipe starts throwing a fucking temper tantrum because I grabbed his drumstick and he wanted it back. I look at him and go, fuck you, dude. You're hitting me in the fucking head with the drumstick. You're
Yeah.
not getting it fucking back.
Yeah.
He's throwing a fucking temper tantrum. So I did the old fake throw. Like if you got a dog and you got like you fake throw
Yeah.
the ball. He's looking around for it.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's like, where'd it go? I'm like, oh, it went over there near the thing. And I'm like holding it. I'm literally my girlfriend's in front of me. I'm reaching around, like, holding onto the fence because these people are kind of, like, jumping around and dancing. So I was kind of, like, holding my arms out to, like, protect her so she doesn't get crushed against the fence.
Right.
So I just hold the drumstick over the fence. Eventually, I just let it go because I didn't.
You're not going to hold on to it from
I'm not going to hold on to it forever anyways.
Yeah.
You know, and these fucking assholes. And then, like, so that, like, there's probably, like, 6 or 7 of them.
Oh,
all with their shirts off. All drunk.
Of course.
Give him his fucking stick back, man. Give him his stick back. And then there's a couple, like, there was 2 or 3 girls, and one girl's yelling at me, give me his stick back. What are you doing? You're a jerk. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just leave me alone.
You idiots.
And I'm like, oh my God. And so, and then, like, so, like, I'm like, whatever, fuck it. So, like, they're looking around for it. Other buddies looking around for it, and I saw it drop in the front. So, like, they saw it in the front. They had the security. They had, like, the security guy up in the front, like on the side. They like waved him over. Can you get this for us? Like really? You need a fucking drumstick from a fucking tribute band?
Yeah.
That bad?
At Harborfest.
At Harborfest. Jesus Christ. So fucking. So then I get a tap on the shoulder. I look around. It's a different girl. She's like, I just saved you. I just saved you an ass kicking. I just talked him out of beating you up. I'm like, oh, great, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at the same point, like, they probably would have fucking raged because there were 7 of them. Well, here's the thing though that was lucky. I would say lucky for them because as I'm walking up, remember how I went up to Maine? Greg and I went up to Maine a couple months ago now because he knows these kids who are training in MMA.
Oh yeah, he knows the MMA guy.
Yeah, as I'm walking up, I see another one of the kids who's in the camp who I've known for a while now. He's been over at my brother's place a bunch of times. My brother was not at Brightbeck, but like if he was there, like he would have been up. Like we all probably would have went up. He would have saw one kid. He would have went up like.
Oh, he would have fucked him up. Good.
Well, yeah. Greg probably would have done something dumb and probably started fucking swinging because he just doesn't care, and he would have been hammered.
But as soon as he does, the MMA guy is going to step in and
and so he would have got like I'm just picturing. I didn't want to.
You don't want to start anything.
My girlfriend's right there.
It's
and
not
there's
worth it.
There's like fucking 6 of them. Like I just whatever. Like just
it's not worth
I just trying to it took me out of the concert a little bit, but I'm just like what a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Give me my drumstick from the fucking tribute band, man.
Don't hit me on the fucking head with it.
How about you not act like a fucking 5-year-old?
Yeah. You do it again, I'm going to shove it up your ass. Like.
Oh, my God. And it was so funny, too, because so after it happened, we left, so I told my girlfriend what happened.
Yeah.
I told her what happened. Oh, you should have told me something. I would have. I'm like, no.
No.
The last thing you do is, like, your girl that you're with, girlfriend or whoever.
Step in.
Yeah. Because then the girls get in a fight, and then I got to split that up. And then
and then you got to get in a fight with the other guy.
Because I'm pulling her off, and I push the other. Like, oh, what a fucking headache that could have been. But it was all right. But anyways, moral of the story is go see Livewire, the ACDC tribute band, because they are fucking incredibly good.
All right.
He had the fucking wireless, the fake Fangus. Fake Angus, young guitar player. He had like the wireless, so he actually went out into the crowd.
Oh,
he got up in on the audio deck, like the same way Angus does during like Let There Be
and
Rock
does
songs.
his solo. Oh man, that's awesome.
It was fucking great. Well, the guy was a little chubbier than Angus. He had a little bit of bitch tits, but it was good.
Whatever.
So, oh my God, this was incredibly amazing.
Oh, I thought of something.
Here's another story. We might have to come to your story because after this, I'm going to take a break real quick. I got to go into the rest room.
All right, you tell your story. I'll tell mine real quick because mine won't take long, and then we'll take a break.
So 2 years ago, I was dating this girl who I saw, and I told my girlfriend all about this.
Okay.
So it's okay if she hears about it. It's pretty funny. I did this little online dating action on the little eHarmonies and shit. Mm-hmm. Never ever use a pay site. It's a pain in the ass. The girls on there, it's like they want a fucking ring. They're expecting a ring by the first fucking date because they want to make sure it's the perfect match.
Oh, I know.
Oh my fucking Christ! And so we messaged back and forth, and like her shit expired, and then like a couple weeks after that, I actually saw her out in Vinyl. I was out with some friends. I'm like, oh, I'm looking at her. She looks at me. And I walk over. I'm like, hey, you look familiar. Like where? Like what do I know you from? Like
yeah.
She's like, oh, you were online. So we hit it off, and so we started dating. Like we hung out a bunch of times. Went out over to the place, and this fucking bitch was such a prude, Michael. This bitch, I swear to God, I'd try to kiss her and make out with her. Like, I felt like it was like junior fucking high school.
Yeah.
High school, junior high bullshit. And she was like, and it was like the first time like I actually dated a girl who was like my age. She like is my age. Usually I'll date chicks a couple years younger because they're more fun.
Yeah.
You know, they're just younger and more fun, and I don't act like a fucking 29-year-old. I don't have a fucking family yet. I don't like whatever.
You don't have the minivan?
And like this girl, like she'd watch like the Bachelor and Bachelorette shows. And have you ever seen those shows at all?
Yeah.
Like, it's just bullshit. They're out of these expensive fucking vineyards in other countries, and like they do helicopter rides, and it's just the fucking epitome of not real.
Yeah.
The epitome of not real unless you're
if you're a
millionaire basically. So just in her head, she had these special things. So on the trip up, I'm telling my girlfriend about this, and so So the other thing too is when I'm dating this girl, I finally get her naked.
Okay.
I mean, oh God, it was probably a month in. Probably longer than that. Like, I fucking put up with I was like, you know what? Because she's a smart girl. She, like, had her MBA. I'm like, you know what? This could be...
Yeah.
You know, because in my head, I'm like, you know, I've, dated a couple fucking yahoos, whatever. Like, I've done my thing. But maybe, I'll put up with a little while for something that could lead to a long term and,
Okay.
Support. Finally get her clothes off. Finally get in her bed.
Yeah.
She had a bush.
That...
Like, she was trying out to be in a fucking 70s Playboy. She had a mangled jungle.
Unkempt.
Yeah, like, you could have fucking braided that shit. And so I'm standing there this year at Harborfest, next to my girlfriend, next to my other buddy, next to like one of his cousins, and I see her walking by with another guy. And I'm just like... holy shit. And like it was weird because like my fucking head turns and I see her face like move this way because like whenever I go to Harborfest, I'm always in the Bright Park. I'm in the same spot.
Yeah,
I'm always in the same spot. She comes walking and like I turn and like split second she was with some other guy, and I want to say like I think she saw me and did the turn away right, and I was looking. I know what you mean. This way.
Yeah,
I'm like, and I'm fucking drunk at this point.
Scream something.
No, I didn't scream something to her. But I tap my girlfriend on the shoulder, and I hit my buddy. I go,
yeah,
yo, remember that girl from 2 years ago? That's the bitch with the hairy bush.
Yeah.
And way too. I mean, I didn't yell at her. It was way too fucking loud.
Yeah,
way too loud. I'm like, holy shit, she's fucking there. Oh my. I'm waiting for her to... I'm like, oh my God, it's just the memories of just fucking... You're in the jungle, baby.
Welcome to the jungle.
I
gotta tell my story really quick.
Yeah, what is it?
So...
Is it going to match up to college frat boy, athletic lacrosse player, faggot, collar popping idiots?
Pretty big asshole.
5-year-olds and...
Pretty big asshole.
Hairy bush girl?
So, my parents have a dog, Abby.
Ooh.
Golden Lab, Golden Retriever.
Ooh.
No, I'm sorry, not Golden Lab, Golden Retriever. She's a yellow lab. Yeah, she might... No, she's a retriever. I'm sorry. She's a yellow retriever.
Just pick it and stick with it.
I'm going with yellow retriever.
She didn't even know you were going to be saying it wrong.
So, I borrowed her for a weekend while I was up at the Gill House.
Ooh.
For not a weekend, but a couple of days.
Ooh.
And, she's sweet. I love her. And I had to run a couple errands.
Did she shit on your pillow?
No. She's perfect. She didn't do anything. I had to run a couple errands, so I was like, I'll take her with me. She doesn't know like where I was keeping her very well. She might be nervous. If she's with me, it'll be better. So I make a couple of stops. On my second stop, I go into Walmart. And before I go in, I leave, like, I have a sunroof. And I did, like, it has, either cracked or open.
Yeah,
so I cracked that.
Cracked it.
And I had my left window, and I cracked it probably about 2 inches or so.
Yeah.
A decent 2 inches.
How hot was it when you tried to fucking heat your dog to death?
It was 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
I would say 68 degrees.
Oh, it's fucking sweltering. Why would you leave a dog in a car?
Oh, yeah, no. Apparently, I was very wrong for this. I went inside.
Did you get tased? Let's go to the end. Did you get tased?
I went inside for 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Came back outside, and somebody left a note on my car.
Uh-oh.
That the spelling was terrible.
Of course it was. It was Walmart.
And it said, it's 90 degrees out, which means it's 95 in the car. You know, like, let your dog live. And, like, I was just like, I wish I'd seen this guy because I would have given a fucking black eye and strangled his ass.
Was it girl handwriting or guy handwriting?
It was a guy handwriting.
You could tell?
Yeah, it was guy handwriting, and it was, like, poor spelling. It was in Walmart.
There's
not a smart person.
There's nothing more amazing about how to figure out if you're dealing with a woman.
Handwriting is
It's
a good way
either
to go.
they got tits or immaculate handwriting.
Well, I know guys who have tits. They have a vagina. Fat guys with tits.
Going back again, Mike. Round, supple, amazing bouncing breasts.
Don't get me wrong. There's a difference, but the guys still have them. So anyway, I tell this to my girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like this was up in Watertown." She knows how Watertown is. People are like, "Oh yeah, they're bad. Like if you leave your window open, people will take your dog out and like wait for you during like the dead of winter. They'll call the cops on you. Like they don't care. They think leaving a dog in a car for any amount of time is apparently illegal." And I'm just like, no, you people are fucking idiots. I didn't do anything wrong with the dog. She's fine. She was perfectly happy in the car. She was okay.
I want you to come clean right now.
I was pissed at this dude. I wanted to fucking beat his ass.
I want you to come clean.
Fuck you for thinking I'm not taking care of my dog.
You were trying to kill Abby. You probably took out doggy life insurance, and you're trying to fucking bank it. You're laughing right now. You're guilty as charged.
No. Fuck you.
You're guilty as charged.
Fuck you and fuck that guy.
Well, okay.